Hey, man.
What's up? Happy to be here.
Good. Have you ever heard of Rafael Perez?
Yes.
Really?
Rafael Pacheco.
Where do you...
Pacheco. Is Pacheco a fighter? Is that where I know that from?
Oh, you're probably gonna want us to take this out. Actually, the fact that you don't know Isaiah Pacheco. That's where
is that what I'm thinking that from? Okay.
That's where you know
Rafael Pacheco Perez.
Interesting. So he keeps
as a professional pilot.
Okay, first of all, you're not a professional pilot. You're an amateur pilot. That is too sad to fly.
Too sad to fly. My wings got clipped by my...
Things I learned last night. TILLN it.
What am I thinking of then? Okay. Keep going.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Why would I want to take that out? I'm not ashamed.
That you don't know the Chiefs running back?
Oh, that's why I'm thinking of that.
Yes.
But that's not who we're talking about.
No.
Yeah,
he
so
just has the same last name.
Right.
But you were just like, why do I know Pacheco?
Right, but I was thinking, wasn't there a UFC, or not a UFC, a boxing match between a Pacheco? That's what I was going for.
Let's see. Pacheco boxer. Let's find out. Pacheco.
I thought you were like, oh, you're embarrassed that you don't know boxers. And I was like, what are you talking about?
There is a Diego Pacheco, yeah.
That's what okay.
I really was pretty confident that you were thinking of Isaiah Pacheco and you didn't remember him.
Nope. I was thinking of the boxer.
I don't think you were.
You don't think I was thinking of the boxer when I said, is this guy a fighter? And you were like, actually, Pacheco was a fighter. He fought hard for every down. Like, don't try to shame me, dude.
Anyways, this episode is about Diego Pacheco.
Okay, who is this episode about for real, though?
Rafael Pacheco Perez.
Rafael Pacheco Perez. Go for it.
Yeah, so... okay, hold on. First of all, I started doing this thing. I've got this new icebreaker that I've been trying out.
Let's hear it.
And I just ask people this in line.
Sure.
Or just when there's a lull in conversation places.
An icebreaker? I've got this new icebreaker. This can't go anywhere good. Go ahead.
I've been saying, so, I've been saying...
Killer. Opening line. Killer opening line.
So, when's the last time you've been in a fight? People love this question, especially strangers.
I was going to say, people, if someone turned to me, I'm in line at the grocery store. Someone turns to me and goes, so, when was the last time you've been in a fight? I would go, is it about to be right now?
Right now?
Are you about to fight me? What are you talking about? Why are you small talking people about their fights?
Well, I first did this to my dad.
That's pretty funny.
I did it to my dad the other day. We were working on my wife's car. And we were just
He was working on your wife's car. You were standing there holding a flashlight.
We were sitting there wrenching stuff. I was like, so, Dad, when was the last time you've been in a fight? It's been a while.
Is that what he said?
When's the last time you've been in a fight?
I don't know. High school, maybe?
I think my last fight was probably freshman year of high school.
What was it about?
Mine was a backyard soccer game that got a little too serious. What was yours about?
It was a backyard soccer game that got a little too serious.
That's crazy. Was it were we each other's last fight?
We will be. By the time this comes out, by the time this episode comes out, me and Tim will have been each other's last fight. Okay. What a crazy thing to say. Yeah, one of my icebreakers I've been asking people in the grocery store. I've been grabbing the milk. Freezer. Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't suction, but there's got a little gravity to it, you know.
Yeah.
I go, so did your school do a Kill Jennifer Day?
I don't know what's worse.
Did your school do a Jennifer's Dead Out Front school day?
Jennifer's Dead Out Front Day. Yeah, I've got to be somewhere else right now, actually. Thanks for asking.
I got to get the heck out of here.
Gotta get the heck out of here.
What? Okay. Dude, you can tell that Tim has nothing to talk about when he's doing bits up front. You can tell that he knows this story is going to be 4 minutes long. Tell it.
Rafael Perez. He was, let me see if I got a birth date for him. Doesn't matter. He was a student pilot.
Okay.
In the 70s. So he was probably like born like 1958, something like that is my guess.
Sure.
We're reporting on it. That's the truth. Made up, speculated facts.
Okay.
Student pilot going through the Pilots Academy. And
Pilots Academy.
nearing the end of the program, on June 21st, 1976 was his first solo.
Okay.
And so he was flying. I want to acknowledge something real quick.
Yeah.
I was laughing before this episode, and I couldn't tell you why, but I was reading an article about this, and the article said he was flying an XBZOX. And I was like, I've never heard of that plane. And I looked.
You're an idiot.
And it's
the tail number.
It's the tail number on the plane.
Moron.
I was like, what is this?
What's a Cessna XBZOX?
It didn't even say Cessna. It just said they were flying an XBZOX plane. So they were
wrong.
They were dumb,
yeah,
and it made me be dumb also.
Right.
So yeah, it was a Cessna 150.
Yeah.
And he lives in Mexico City. And so he was getting ready for a solo flight. The flight path, here's what it would have been if he was walking it. It was a 5-hour walk, but about an hour flight. Taking off from Mexico City International Airport.
We're like super zoomed out then. There's no way that's 5. What?
Well, you're also walking through Mexico City.
Okay.
And so there is...
23 kilometers is going to take him a full hour? Sure.
A full hour, I don't know. But what I can say for sure, he's taking off from the airport. Then there's this little lake there, and there's this just kind of open space in Mexico City.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is something that happens in the States, but for his solo flight today, the flight plan was take off from Mexico City Airport, fly around the lake, do a little test landing in the field by the lake, that open field where I've got the dot marked.
Okay.
And then take back off, fly back to Mexico City. So maybe the whole flight was an hour.
Is there an airstrip in this field, or is he doing a soft landing? Is that what you're saying?
It's a soft landing, yeah.
Okay.
This is his first solo. So this is like an exciting day for him. The weather wasn't great for a first solo. It was a little overcast, but it wasn't like bad by any means. It just wasn't perfect weather, like not what you hope to fly in.
Yeah.
And so he takes off for this trip. Gets up to about 900 feet. And then all of a sudden, he disappears from the radar. And the tower is obviously trying to contact him, trying to figure out where he went. Meanwhile, he's in the cockpit of the plane having a difficult time. A lot of his instruments stop working effectively. The only thing that's working right is the altimeter. But everything else giving him strange readings. It's very, visibility is very low because he's now up in like overcast, like the clouds are really low. So visibility is really bad.
Okay.
Next thing he knows, he comes out of this cloud and he looks down and he sees water. So he thinks I must be over the lake. But then he continues looking around and he realizes there's more water than there is the lake. So his first reaction is the lake flooded a whole lot.
The lake grew.
The lake got bigger.
Sure.
But no, he realizes I must be over the ocean. And this is very strange because obviously the ocean isn't anywhere near.
Way further away. Yeah.
And he looks at his altimeter and he's at 7,000 feet. And so he's very confused. He starts trying to figure out all of his other instruments, and quickly he turns to an emergency line and starts trying to contact whatever tower he's closest to.
Sure.
He doesn't have any idea where he's at or how he got here. And so he ends up coming up over over tower to this emergency line, and he says, "Help! I'm Rafael Perez, student 82 from the Aviation School of Mexico City. Whoever's out there, please reply."
Right.
And so this comes over a couple times, and Tower responds to him, and Tower says, "Hey, we've got you. Is there anybody else in the aircraft with you?" And he says no. And so then they direct him to take an emergency landing.
Okay.
He takes this emergency landing, and where he ended up was in Acapulco.
Okay.
At the international airport there. And so he was over the ocean outside Acapulco. Now, I need to note something real quick. We have this map on screen. This map is Google Maps telling you the flight time from Mexico City to Acapulco.
Right. As
But
like
that's
a jet.
That's a jet airliner. Not a 150.
Yeah.
And so this
150 it'd be a couple hours.
Yeah, this is a few hour flight, not a 1 hour flight. It's also over a mountain range, a very high mountain range.
Okay.
And so him being a student pilot that was just about to take his first solo, he was not equipped to fly at the altitudes he was going to have to fly at to get over those mountains.
Well, he shouldn't be in the clouds. Yeah, because especially if it's his first solo, he wouldn't have been in the clouds anyway.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that are going on.
This isn't an instruments flight.
Yes, exactly. And so, not to mention, the other thing that's a little strange about this, he's flying this 150, and this trip was a short hour-long flight with that quick, essentially touch and go in a field. And so there wasn't fuel to get him to where he ended up. And so what was strange is when he landed, they checked his fuel gauge, and he was basically bone dry. And so it was kind of strange that he even got where he ended up.
Yeah.
So he lands, and they were like, "We need to arrest that guy." So they did. They arrested him. Because I think the reason being is like you can't just fly around for no reason.
Yeah, you can't just steal a plane.
He's like, "I'm a student pilot." They're like, "No, you're not." And he's like, "I'm from this school." And they're like, "That school doesn't exist." And he's like, "What?"
I thought you were going to be like, he landed and it was 1998. For 20 years, he was in this cloud.
So he lands, they interview him, and they realize like, hey, like his story checks out. Everything he's telling checks out. So he ends up getting to walk away. This becomes like a widely publicized news story. This is him. And obviously like this is a paper from Mexico City telling his story. It very quickly gets buried. The Mexican government steps in and buries his story.
Okay.
And what ends up happening is decades later, the audio logs from the tower get released.
Okay.
What happened? Because, and this will tell you why that the story ended up getting buried. When he was over Mexico City, and he flew through this cloud, and then from his experience, he essentially just appeared in Acapulco from his experience.
Okay.
But what happened from Tower in Acapulco is this unknown flight that they did not have on schedule just flew into their airspace.
Right.
And when it flew into their airspace, they pinged this flight to identify themselves. At first, the flight did not identify themselves. They didn't say anything they didn't acknowledge. But then pretty quickly, the pilot of the flight asked to move to a separate frequency, to have a conversation on a different frequency with Tower. And at the beginning, Tower was a little resistant, but
was like, just tell us what you're doing.
Yeah, just tell us who you are and why you're somewhere you're not supposed to be. And so eventually they did switch to a different frequency.
Okay.
And from this frequency, what they heard from Rafael was, here's a quote. "He is speaking because he is ordered to do so. This is his voice. He is speaking not of his own free will, but we are using him as if he were, we're using him as if he were a microphone."
Who's the we, Tim? Who's the we?
They then said,
who's they?
They said, "We don't matter much."
Tim.
They said, "We don't matter much."
Tim. Did you goat me into an Alien episode by making me think this is about pilots and planes?
It might be an alien episode.
Hey, join us on Patreon if you want this to be ad-free. And also, there's a bunch of other perks. You get to, all episodes are ad-free. You get next week's episode right now. And you get to do monthly hangouts with me and Tim. Like it's like a virtual just hangout room. And we play games together. We talk. We have show and tell sometimes. We've made a lot of good friends through this. And so it's a really good time to do that. So either way, please share the episode. Tell somebody about it. These are all those ways to help us grow the show because we love doing it and we want to keep doing it. So thanks for being here. We are speaking through him. Well, okay. What else did they say?
They said we don't matter much.
What are you looking for? Compliments? You're an alien fishing for compliments? Being like, we're speaking through him. We don't matter much.
And Tower's like, no, you do matter.
Tower's like, no, you are important to us.
Everybody appreciates
Everyone
you.
likes you. No, we don't matter.
We sell so many shirts with your face on it down here.
Here's what I think actually happened. We'll get to the theory at the end of this, but here's what I think actually happened. I think he flew too high, and then there was probably carbon monoxide or something in the cabin, and he's now hallucinating or having some kind of medical emergency.
That's actually a really interesting theory that I have not seen anyone say. Because
that's what I thought first, was that if he went into a cloud, because like here's the thing about planes. Planes will, they'll fly.
Yeah.
Like they're engineered to float.
Yeah.
Like it's not, unless you push down that yoke and guide it down, like it's gonna keep flying.
So you're saying he, in the confusion when the overcast guys were too low, he went up because he wasn't instrument trained.
Right.
Went too high, got carbon monoxide poisoning, passed out.
Well,
and
you
then
wouldn't. The altitude sickness
glided.
Altitude sickness and the carbon monoxide poisoning aren't the same exact thing. Like, so if there's a leak from your engine into your cabin,
yeah,
like it's basically like you're putting your face up against the exhaust pipe of your car.
Yeah.
And so you're getting. So there's a little indicator in there that's like a little piece of cork or whatever that can turn colors to be like, hey, there's carbon. Open a window.
Yeah.
That's one thing I would think. Or maybe he just got too high and didn't know. But either way, he shouldn't have flown into a cloud. So that's where I'm saying like the problem existed before he flew into a cloud.
Yeah.
Because if he's a student pilot on his first solo, then there's no way he's instrument trained.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like he's not.
Do you think it's possible for him in a 150 if that's what happened? I'm curious about this. This is an interesting theory. For him to glide, if he got high enough altitude to glide.
Well, what I'm saying, like if you got power on the plane.
Yeah.
I think that if let's say he passed out. Let's just say he passed out.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. He's going up, passes out, power's full throttle.
Yeah.
Power is going to keep you going up.
Yeah.
And at a certain level, that engine, like with the Cessnas especially, like they just can't reach past a certain height.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of capped out up here where the engine's full throttle and you're just flying.
Yeah.
And as long as he didn't accidentally it leveled out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Especially even if he had cruised and trimmed or whatever it was, like it's still going to fly forward.
Interesting.
And so then he wakes up and he doesn't know where he's at, and the plane has just been going.
Yeah.
That's the most logical conclusion.
Interesting theory.
The luck that it would take, I guess,
to
it's the
not
70s.
crash into the mountains.
But I'm saying like if that full throttle was up, then he would have just kept going up. Yeah. But also the luck of like if you're flying and you're passed out, then there's no other air traffic that you run into.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is 76
right
in Mexico, so like I don't know how much traffic they had in that area.
That's what I'm wondering. It's like, but that would make the most sense to me that he wakes up and he's over the water, and he's like, "Wait a minute, how did I?"
That's really
interesting. And to him, he's like, "Well, I closed my eyes and opened my eyes, and there I was."
Yeah.
Because you don't know how long you were passed out.
Yeah, but how do you explain what Tower experienced? This guy talks in his sleep.
That's what I'm saying. He may have been delusional.
Yeah.
If it's carbon monoxide poisoning, maybe.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's a theory.
That's an interesting theory. I haven't heard anyone say that. But
I wasn't saying he passed out. I'm saying if he passed out, the plane will fly.
The plane will just go. Yeah.
But I'm saying it's possible then that the plane's flying.
Yeah.
And he's able to just talk.
Yeah.
And be like, they're talking through me. I'm Rafael Pacheco.
I'm not the fighter. I'm also not the NFL running back. I'm the student pilot from Mexico City, Mexico.
I am fire and ice simultaneously within me, heat and cold. They coexist within my soul. You're like, what are you saying? It's not what I'm saying. It's what he's saying.
What they're saying.
They're saying this through. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have been. Carbon monoxide poisoning to me sounds like this is what this is.
Interesting. So anyway, so he keeps
as a professional pilot.
Okay, first of all, you're not a professional pilot. You're an amateur pilot. That is too sad to fly.
Too sad to fly. My wings got clipped by my.
They said.
That's my theory, though. That's my working theory right now. Let me hear what the aliens said, and then I can figure it out.
I can tell you. They said we don't matter much, nor where we came from, nor where we're going. Just know that we are beings from this universe to which you belong. Our planet is many light years away, but I'll repeat that before it becomes confusing, we're physically the same as you. I repeat that in all races in the universe are physically the same. So we really wanted them to know that, like, we're not any different. You and
this is a transcript we have. We have audio files of this.
Yeah, we have the audio files. It's in Spanish. I was gonna play it to you, but it's all in Spanish.
Sure.
We don't know. I mean, you've been doing Duolingo.
I'm a professional translator.
You've been doing Duolingo.
I'm on.
You want to try?
Sure, why not?
Try? You've been doing Duolingo.
Yeah, let's hear what they say.
Yeah, okay, let's try. Hold on.
We are gonna play it, Alex. You good for the audio?
Yeah,
all right.
Ready for this?
Here's Spanish.
It's gonna end up. It's gonna sound rough. But here, let me see. Ready?
Yeah.
What did they say?
He said, no one likes us. We're so lonely. We're such losers. He said, what if I told you I have a crush on someone? You might know him. That's what he said. Like, honestly, English or Spanish, I couldn't understand a word that audio was saying. The audio was just, that's crazy. So is he yelling then? That's what it sounds like.
Well, yeah, he's talking through a weird voice. He's honestly what it's described as is. It's honestly, what's that guy that you always talk about where the
Bashar.
Bashar, yeah, he's doing the Bashar voice. Can you do the Bashar voice?
Hello. I am Bashar. We are much like you, physically. We're all kind of hot. You know, what if the aliens were like, we're physically just like you. We have healthy BMIs.
Just like you. But by you, I mean just the hot ones. But by you,
I mean the hot ones.
Not the uggos. We're not like your uggos at all.
We are not like your ugly people. We're like your hot people.
Think of the hots. That's us.
Think of the hots. So, okay. So, and how long is the communication go on?
There's a 42-minute transcript of him and this tower guy.
That sounds like carbon monoxide poisoning to me then.
I mean, maybe. I do. Yeah, maybe. They tell the guy from the tower, they say, hey, we've been watching humanity from the skies. And we need to tell you that you need to change or you're going to cause an irreversible global catastrophe. And he said that your race is so strange because of all the races in the universe. Remember, we're all physically the same.
Sure.
But he said, of all the races in the universe, you're the only ones who kill each other. And he says that you are creating weapons to the scale of anything, not like anything else in the universe, because we're not out here killing each other. And he's like, you're going to destroy yourselves if you continue down the path that you're on.
Right.
So a very stereotypical, like, alien warning that you hear from these things.
Sure.
And the tower agent is very skeptical. And he comes back and he said, yeah, if you are so advanced, then how are you speaking?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's like, if you're so advanced, then why are you speaking Spanish right now? Like how? And
racist? What are you talking about?
That's what he said. He said, if you're selling fans, why are you speaking Spanish? He said, shouldn't you be speaking some like alien language?
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were like, learn English, you dumb. I'm like, whoa.
No, that's not what he was saying at all. And so they said that they're able to speak any human language. And he said, prove it. I'm trilingual. And so but he says that in German.
I'm trilingual. Oh, he
So,
says it in German?
Yeah. So he says that in German.
Okay.
And then they respond in German. And then he asked them a question in English. They respond in English. And so then he's like, oh, that's kind of cool, actually. I'm pretty impressed. You're at least trilingual. And so he's starting.
And this is all on the testimony of one air traffic controller.
Well, we have the transcript from the log from Tower.
Okay.
So they then continue on and they tell him, you're not alone in this universe. There are many other races. And there are some that we're actually keeping away from you. And so it sounds like these guys are like in charge.
Sure.
The things that they're saying. And it says, but we're watching you. And so he says, like, why don't you come and like show us your spacecraft? Like to like give us something to where we can believe you and not just think like this is just some weird, like hallucinating pilot. And they say we would, but you would just kill us. He's like you're an aggressive.
True.
He says, when's the last time
aliens showed up?
Been in a fight.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, they're like, you would shoot us down.
When was the last time you've been in a fight? Okay.
And so they say, yeah, you would just shoot us down. And he's like, yeah, you're probably right. That is actually probably what we would do. And so then the conversation kind of goes flat. Like they'd stop responding to his questions and answering anything he has to say. And so he continues like kind of poking them, trying to get them to say something. And he's like,
Tower to aliens. So, when was the last time you guys had a fight?
They just don't respond. It's like I think I might have made them mad with that one. Shoot.
Tower to aliens. Y'all do drugs? That was the DARE program in Tennessee. Y'all do drugs? Police officer comes in the classroom. Who's doing drugs? Y'all do drugs? Dude, when I was in Tennessee last, I was at this hotel. So I'm at this hotel. There's a barbecue place next door, right?
Yeah.
And I can see the smoke coming up from the thing. That's how you know.
Was it like a real barbecue place or like a?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Chain?
That's how you know it's a good restaurant.
If
you see, because like I drove past an Arby's today, and it's like we smoke the meats, and there's no smoke coming out of the top of the Arby's.
Yeah.
But like this is a barbecue place next to this hotel. It's got the smokestack coming out the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, dang, I'm gonna get some barbecue after this. So I did my workout. I showered, got dressed. I got it's right next to the hotel, so I walked to it. And it's not a barbecue place. It is a funeral home. It was a crematorium that I was looking at. And what makes it worse is the front desk. They have a shuttle that you take you around town. And the girl at the front desk is like, do you need a ride somewhere? I said, no, I'm going to walk next door and get some food.
She was like, excuse
me? She was like, what? I said, I'm going to walk to the place next door and grab a bite.
Yeah, I'm going to get me some barbecue. That's crazy.
That's 100% true.
Yikes.
Yeah, well, anyway, it's a memory I'll have forever.
Yeah,
think about how stupid I felt. Walking over, I was like, man, there's no cars here or nothing.
No cars here?
Well, there's one car. There's a long,
there's a
long car. There's a hearse. There's a hearse here.
It's cool branding.
Pretty sick.
Were you able to get in?
No.
I wasn't sure if they had like a lobby.
I wasn't stupid enough to walk all the way to the front door. I rounded the corner, saw the hearse, thought, oh, hold on. And then I saw the sign that said something funeral home, and I went, oh. And then I walked back And I told the person at the front desk, I said,
That's not a restaurant.
I didn't know that was a funeral home.
You told
Yeah, because I needed her to know I'm not crazy.
psychopath.
Dude. And I said, I will take that shuttle ride.
What did she say?
Yeah. I was like, I prefer, like, do you guys got like a graveyard? I like my food a little.
Real barbecue. A grave. I like it. It's a little too well done there. That's crazy.
Yeah, I felt really dumb.
Oh my god.
No, I joked with the girl at the front desk. I said, hey, I saw the smoke. I said, I feel really stupid. And she was like, yep. She's like, so do you need a shuttle? And I was like, yeah.
Yes, she didn't. She didn't joke with you though.
And,
she didn't joke back.
That sucks, too. There's no way out of that, too. If you try to joke with somebody and they don't joke back, you just got to sit in that, you know?
Yeah, and you're just like, ugh.
Like, you try to joke with somebody and then they go, man, this is really mean, man. This is a really traumatic time in my life. And I can't believe you would make a video about this and a whole song. And like, that was something that I really struggled with. And then you got to be like, no, Corey Asbury, it's fine. Don't chill. It's funny. It's like a little joke.
It's like a little funny thing we're doing. Okay, so it's like radio silent. This guy thinks he made the aliens mad. He hurt their feelings somehow.
So he's freaking out for a different reason. He doesn't go, oh, we got a pilot who's lost their mind. They're flying in the clouds above the mountains. He goes, I've made the aliens mad.
Hey, if you love this show, a great way to show support is by getting some merch. We got lots of great stuff. I'm going to showcase some of it right now. This is like our little TILLN QVC. You can get it's a podcast sweatshirt. Very sweet. The nice thing about this is no one knows what podcast you're talking about. So you wear it in public and you can tell them about your Lord and Savior, TILLN podcast. We also got this is one of my favorite things we've ever made. The Fiddle Off Fest hoodie. It's got the devil playing a fiddle. It's not really the devil, it's a skeleton. And then all of the bands on the back of it, like it's a festival, but spoiler alert, these aren't bands, these are jokes from episodes. So worth checking out. And this is one of my favorite things we've ever done. This is for the real fans. This is an old one. We've got a Tim Stone's Get Well Quick Trick shirt, and it's very cool. We got some really good designs. Jaron is good at designing stuff, so support his dream. No one will hire him as a designer, but you can by buying his merch. It's our merch, but it's his designs. And so leave a comment. Say, Jaron, you're good at this. We like your art. He really needs it. He needs your support so bad. Please make him feel better about it. And buy some merch. It helps make this show keep happening. You can tell people about how much you love this show with it. So
I was even trying. I was like, all right, I'm going to wait out there and do
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, you're going to do a 2-minute merch ad.
It wasn't a 2-minute merch ad.
Oh, Jaron's a good designer. Jaron's a good Go give him a high five. Like, dude,
just feel good about his art.
And then you're going to make him listen to 2 minutes of ads? We got to do all that, and then it's going to be like, back to school this fall. Like, no wonder we will hate
There's
this
skippable
thing.
Ads.
They're not skippable.
They are skippable. Yeah, YouTube Premium. Leave all this in that ad. I don't think that's what he thinks. I think he is tracking the flight and being like, I've lost contact with this flight. I still got him on radar. I need to make contact. They're obviously, I'm sure, maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen this ATC agent. Is that what they go by? They go by agent? ATC operative? What do they call it? Operator?
What's that?
What's the like term for a person that runs in tower that talks?
Hobbit.
In tower? So the ATC Hobbit is like, okay.
That's what it's called, Tim.
ATC Hobbit is feeling like I need to track this flight.
Thank you.
I can't. You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you. They're tracking the flight. I think what's probably happening. I haven't seen any like interviews with them, so I don't know what they were.
Sure.
But I'm sure they were like, someone's crazy in this flight, and they showed up out of nowhere, and we got to keep contact with them. And so they're trying to make contact, but they're not hearing anything back.
For 42 minutes.
Yeah. Well, for 42 minutes, they're on the conversation, and then it just ceases. And this was at, I do have a timestamp of when the conversation ended at 11:29 a.m. So they were on call with them since like, what would that be, like 10:40 something?
Sure.
10:30 something. And now all of a sudden they just stopped.
10:47.
They just stopped getting contact with the aliens. And so they're still trying to make contact, but they're not getting anything. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they hear a different voice come from that same frequency.
Hello?
and then now it's Rafael. It's him saying, "Help, I'm Rafael Perez, student 82 from wherever he was from."
Sure.
And so then they say, "Oh, hey, is there anyone else on the plane with you?" Because they immediately are like, "That's a different voice."
Gotcha.
Yeah. And he was like, "No, I'm alone. And I don't know how I got here." And so then they guide him to where
he landed the plane successfully. He did the whole thing.
Yeah, he lands. Yeah. And obviously, while this whole thing was underway, Tower contacted the authorities. They were standing by at the
That's why they
airport.
arrested him immediately. Yeah.
They arrested him because they're like, "Yeah, this is a crazy person." And this is the 70s. This is when everyone was crashing planes into stuff.
Sure.
And just crashing planes into the ground. And so they arrest him. They question him. He has nothing to say. And reporters then, they ship him back on a bus and they send a different pilot to fly the plane back to the flight school because it's obviously not his plane.
Right.
So some other pilot flies the plane back. He gets sent back on a bus. Speaking of buses, on the way here, I tried to say this in the last episode. You cut me off. You wouldn't let me say it. So somebody waited a week for me to finish this thought.
Sure.
But speaking of weird
So someone else had to fly the plane back. And so did that person also get abducted by aliens?
No, speaking of weird
No, Tim.
I gotta.
No, make him wait another week.
I won't remember. I won't.
I won't care then either. Right, speaking of buses,
I don't know if you're gonna care now. Honestly,
no. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Yeah, no. Did you think about it? No. Tell your story. Tell your story. Nah, tell your story.
This wasn't worth the time.
Nah, I don't think it was. Tell your story.
So I went the back way here today. Remember that?
Oh, that's what you're trying to do.
I went the back way here today because Jared and I were not sure which way was faster.
Turns
out the back way.
That's not true. That's not true. Jaron was sure which way was faster. Tim was just overconfident that the other way would be even close to the same for some reason. It's clearly double the length of time.
I pulled into the parking lot and I was so confident I beat him. And then I saw his car and I was so mad. But anyways, on the back way, you drive through these neighborhood roads on the back way.
Yeah.
Which honestly, surprisingly nice homes down that road.
Yeah, really nice neighborhood back there. Kids riding their bikes. Had to run them over. They were in the road.
They were in the way. And Jared said we couldn't break any laws. Jared said we couldn't break any laws, but he didn't say anything about vehicular manslaughter.
I did say, when we were leaving, I was like, because he's like, okay, we're leaving Panda Express. We're going to come to where we record. And then, and I said to him, I said, okay, but it can't be a situation where we're speeding. I'm not going to hit the main road and go 60 in the 40. I'm going to do, and I actually hit all 4 traffic. I hit every single. This could not have taken me longer on this route, and I still won by almost double the time.
Yeah, I pulled up and he wasn't even in his car anymore.
You know what happened though? I actually started a timer and I forgot to stop it.
So it's taken you a really long time, actually. Now that I think about it.
Wow. 2 hours.
Jared's been driving for 2 hours. No, the only reason I brought this up, I didn't even mean to tell that whole story. The only reason I brought this up is on that road is a normal neighborhood road, normal houses with normal sized driveways. And one of the people in their driveway pulled literally all the way up to their house is a 1985 city bus that clearly hasn't moved in years. And it takes up the entire driveway. And I just don't know, I don't know if this the idea is oh, I'm going to turn this into an RV, or if they bought it a long time ago and they have it.
Like a city bus.
Like a city bus. And they just have this bus. And I honestly, it took me back to high school. Because in high school, I wanted so bad.
To be a bus driver?
No, I wanted so bad for my first car to be a school bus.
You've said this before, and that's dumb.
And I didn't know about CDLs at the time. And so I got very excited.
How cool would it be to drive to school in a school bus?
And I priced them out, and I found one that was
you priced them out?
I found a used
You did not
bus.
know about CDLs enough that you were shopping for used school buses?
I found a used school bus that would have cost the same amount as the car that I was looking at before. And so I was like, oh, this is totally achievable. Did not realize that fuel was going to cost way more and maintenance was going to cost way more. And then also I needed a special license to drive it. But yeah, I wanted that so bad. And honestly, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this out loud, but maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't.
That's personal growth. You saw a moment. What you just witnessed was a white man in front of a podcast microphone go.
Well, that makes it sound like I was going to say something worse. That makes it sound like
But we'll never know.
Way worse.
But we'll never know.
No, well, now I have to say it. Now that you made it sound
Now
like I was going
to
to
say it.
so bad.
You don't have
Now
to say
I
it,
have to
Tim.
say what I was going to say.
That's what's beautiful about it. We live in a free country.
So when I worked at the church, there was when I worked at the church, we did this like back to school event where we donated backpacks, and we were a mega church, so we got a school bus that you would drop the backpacks off in. We could have just got a bunch more backpacks, but it was cooler to have the school bus out and drop all the backpacks at the school bus when you donated them. And so everyone knew I wanted a school bus.
Oh,
really bad.
you told me this.
So I got to drive the bus.
Yeah.
I would drive the bus around the building, and it was illegal because I don't have a CDL. But I don't know if I can put into words how much I loved driving that school bus.
Did you guys see that? Where Tim closed his eyes and was like,
Opening up the door.
the steering wheel's big. Did it have one of those little, and I actually look down on drivers who have the little knob,
Yeah.
On the steering wheel.
We had different ones every year. 1 year we did have the knob.
I like a guy who just goes,
Yeah. Yeah, they're big. And then you got the door opener thing. Sometimes they're up here. It was great. I loved it. So it's weird how much I love to drive that school bus.
So Rafael's on a bus.
Yeah, so Rafael takes a bus back to Mexico City, and all these reporters are interviewing
Was
him.
any of that worth it?
All these reporters are interviewing him.
Sometimes you watch this podcast, you listen to it, you're on your drive right now. And was any of this worth your time? No. Not at all.
So Rafael gets back to Mexico City, and
What kind of buses were you looking at? Bluebird?
school buses. I don't remember. I was
remember any of the brands?
16. So Rafael gets back to Mexico City, and everybody's interviewing him. Tell me what that says. You've done Duolingo.
Yeah.
All these newspapers are interviewing Rafael.
I was alone in the plane, and they came to me. They embodied me. Through my ears, they said, hello. Through my mouth, they said, they are listening. And through my eyes.
If you're an audio listener, this is there's 9 words that he's reading. This is not even close.
And I only know, here's the problem about doing Duolingo. I know every other word in this thing, but it's not enough to put it together. You know, where you're like, well.
Just tell me the words you know. Just read the words you know.
No. I'm joking. Well, anyway.
You see Duolingo's hiring a new social media manager? You see the salary for it?
No, what's the salary?
I think the salary range is 170 to 290 for the new social
sense.
media manager.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's impressive.
Do you think you could do it as well as Duolingo's social media?
I think it's low, honestly, for them.
For the
For what
level
they've
of social
done,
media they do, yeah, for
and
sure.
for the value it's added to the company, I think it's low. Anyways,
Anyway.
yeah. So he gets all these newspaper interviews, and every newspaper interview is the same. It's they ask him what happened, and he's like, I don't know. He's like,
I really do think that he had a
I don't
medical
remember.
emergency and passed out or something and was just talking in his half sleep for a bit.
Yeah. And
Did
I do think that
they inspect the plane? Nothing was wrong with the plane, I guess.
I haven't seen any reports about any inspections done on the plane, so I don't know. I would assume that they would.
We didn't. I don't know. Sure.
This is an interesting story because it was highly publicized, and then it was kind of shut down, and it didn't happen, and then it got re-released in their equivalent of a FOIA report.
Well, the whole thing is you don't want for 42 minutes like let's say there, obviously there's no aliens, right? But let's say
I don't know if obviously is the word.
Obviously there's no aliens. So we're sitting here, we go,
potentially.
For sure there's no aliens. And so we sit here and we go, okay, well, this crazy guy just had a plane for an hour. Like, what's worse? There's releasing that information up the top, there's no benefit.
Yeah. I mean, kinda, yeah. But yeah.
It would almost be better to be like, he had a medical emergency. We followed the flight. We got him down safe. This is a miracle of flight aviation safety. Yeah,
I suppose. Yeah, maybe. And I do think there is merit to what you're saying, because this is 1976. This is the height of the Cold War. Everyone's talking about how we're going to nuke each other. And I mean, Roswell has already happened. And so like the alien storyline's out there.
Right.
And so it very well could be like in the back of his psyche.
Sure.
That these things are possible. But I mean, honestly, he's probably a lonely guy. So he's saying
are you saying there might be a world where he just broke? And maybe in the other side too is maybe he just broke under the pressure of his first solo flight.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he just had a psychotic break.
What I was saying was if what you're saying is correct, that there was some sort of carbon monoxide issue going on, and he did like pass out or fall asleep or something, I do think that there's enough going on in the world at the time where this could be explainable as like his subconscious was saying these type of things. It's not so obscure.
Well, also what I'm saying is like he didn't pass out, but if he's loopy enough that it's like he's high,
like an altered state, yeah,
yeah. And he's like, well, that's what they're telling me. They say this, and and maybe it's one of those things where it starts as like a sentence messes up where he's like, well, that's what they said, and they go, they.
Yeah,
and
then he realizes he's in too deep. He's got to double down.
No, but I'm
can't
saying
think
like
of a way out of it.
This person's on drugs essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something there. That's
then his
theory.
brain's filling gaps, being like, they.
Interesting.
That makes the most sense to me, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting theory. I think I haven't seen anyone say anything anywhere near.
You just got to put me in the Reddits. I'll handle all this stuff.
I'll handle all of them. I think that's an interesting theory, but I also think it's more likely that it's aliens.
Of course.
And I do think that it's more likely that we're all the same, and we're the only ones who kill each other.
Do you think the aliens look like us?
Yeah, we're the hots. Not you.
You felt that though, right? You saw us high five, and then for a moment we were the hots, and then he went ha ha, and you saw.
Went away.
I wish we had the budget for just decay of your body and your face. And, ha ha.
Robert could do that.
Spend a couple $100 on it. Who cares, Robert?
Yeah, all right. Oh, we're gonna get the invoice for that, and you're gonna like, gosh,
that was worth it.
Should have said it.
That's the whole story. Then, like, there was no concept. Did he ever become a pilot?
He got kicked out of school. He couldn't become a pilot anymore.
Yeah.
And so he said this event ruined his career.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to be like an actual pilot. Like this wasn't like you, where it was just a hobby. Like this was a career path for him.
What did he go on to do? Do we know?
I don't know what he went on to actually do, but it wasn't fly.
Sure.
So he never got to do that again. That was his last flight. First solo, last flight.
Dang.
All together. So he was deemed probably medically unfit to fly.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. But so I'm pretty confident it's aliens.
He could have fought it if they did that whole carbon monoxide thing. What's also interesting is like when your brain is like at that like whoo, kind of thing, you're over the mountains and you hit that 8,000, and then the devil shows up and he says, they've been looking for you. And he goes, well, we've been looking for they, and then pulls out a fiddle and goes, because like he didn't have the skill, he wasn't able to do it when he was like normal. But like we was looking for they.
He could.
When's the last time you got in a fight? Hey, when's the last time you got in a fight and or shared an episode of this podcast? Thanks for listening to TILLN. If you like this episode, you want more of it, we did a whole episode on the Barefoot Bandit who stole a plane, right? Didn't the Barefoot Bandit plane?
Yeah. Plane.
And you can watch next week's episode on Patreon right now. So thanks for being here, and we hope you enjoy the show. Now we're going to do the After the Fiddle, which is what Patreon supporters get whenever they're done. Not done, but you know what I'm saying.